Good morning. I have my coffee ready to go. I'm going to work in a couple sketchbooks today. A lot of times I like to use the palette paper from the last session that has leftover paint on it, and I'll just smack it right down on there and get a little extra texture just to get started. So I have a few sketchbooks like that. And good morning. Feel free to say hi. So the morning's a great time to do this because my brain is not completely online yet. So a lot of that critical thinking is, it just allows me to paint a little more freely without thinking. I bought some new sketchbooks at Joann Fabric the other day because they're going out of business. They're liquidating in our neighborhood, which is so sad. Good morning. Andy, hi. So I got one of these. I like this as a good size. And we'll do a little bit work in there. And I got this big Canson mixed media. And I did a little work in here already. So, one of the things I wanted to show you guys was this. I like to transfer stuff, and this is a container that little tarts came in from Trader Joe's, and I just want to show you something. This is really fun. So I'll just take some black paint. That was actually raw umber. Hold on. Black. And the more that you paint on these, that kind of collects it kind of creates a acrylic coating. So, because if you go straight from the plastic, the paint doesn't stick to it as well. So the more you do it, the more adhesive the paint becomes on it. And then I like to do a little transfer. That's kind of a nice way to start. I'm just going to play. If you have questions, let me know and I will answer them, try to answer them. Afternoon for you. Good morning. These are water-soluble graphite. They're aquarelle, and they respond with water. They're super nice. You're welcome, Thea. Thea. It's fun. I have a lot of different transfer tools. It's kind of fun to just get started if you don't know what to do. Let's see, let me mix a color here. I'll just do some bright colors. This is a stamp making material, and I just carved some lines in it. And what else? I have so many. Oh, I also, these are good. These paper towel rolls. Actually, I'm going to lay down just a dark section here. Okay, and now what's really nice to do is grab some light color. I'll just use white. I wish these came in larger sizes. And you can bend it so it creates a different shape. Like that. I think that's really fun. You can even, another thing I've been doing is sort of dragging it like this. Oh, it didn't work. Yeah, it's just mostly a warm-up, and I really like this in the morning because, like I was saying earlier, my brain is kind of offline, and it's just fun for me. Sometimes I do have objectives, like sometimes I will look at other artists and just kind of emulate them. There's one painter I really like, Amy Zillman, who I'm kind of emulating now. I have an iPad off to the side so I can just kind of refer to her stuff. Or sometimes I'll look at Chagall, and maybe I will do a session on that sometime. But sometimes these paintings turn out the best for some reason. Maybe because I'm not thinking about it too much. Oh, painter tape rolls. Yeah, that's a great idea. I should do that. You can take the paint off, right? Or once the tape comes off, like you just take the tape off and use that. Ooh, good idea. Yeah, here's another example of those cup tray things that I transferred. It's really interesting texture. Here's an example of one. I was looking at Amy Zillman's art, and I was just kind of copying one of her pieces. Not copy, but just sort of emulating it. And it really teaches me a lot about applying paint and shapes. So, I just bought at Joann Fabric at that sale. I bought some of this. I really like transparent. Yeah, they are wonky. I like them too. They're not perfect circles. So this is a transparent red iron oxide, and I really like this stuff because it's really pretty. It's really pretty. It layers really nicely. Like you can layer it on different colors. And those other colors shine through. Those are nice colors together. Let's see what that looks like. I've been going through this phase where for the longest time I would always mix my paints, because you know that whole idea you're not supposed to use colors straight out of the tube. But you know, these are not pure pigments necessarily. They're already kind of mixed for you in a way. Some of them are pure pigments, like this red iron oxide actually might be pure, but oops. But you know, I love just applying pure ultramarine blue. It's so beautiful on its own. And that, it just creates really pure, I was kind of into this chroma thing. So like the chroma is the amount of light that reflects off this pigment. It makes it look really pure. Because a lot of times my colors were becoming muddy because I was just mixing. I'm going to use another. Amsterdam said that transparent iron oxide was their most popular color. Really? Oh. Really? That's interesting. Yeah, I need to have you as my assistant, my moderator. Let's see. So last night I did this. I actually like just how simple the composition is on this. Let's try one where, this is where I transferred some of the old palette paint, and I just, you know, at the end of the night or the end of the day, I just kind of slapped it on there, and it just gets you started with some ideas. I have a lot of sketchbooks, and it's like I collect them. But the great thing is that I don't just let them languish in a pile. I use them. And I have sort of a sketchbook addiction. Here's a few. My sister I was in Arizona recently, and my sister got this for me at the gem show. And the paper is this like handmade paper. It soaks up paint, a lot of paint. So I was experimenting with just applying really thick paint. And on this one I used gesso first and let it dry so that the paint wouldn't soak right in. And I think that worked really well. It's definitely a different experience painting on this paper, but my sister did that. So this is kind of what the cover looked like, and then I just painted over this one. Yeah, I do like, okay, so this one, the super smooth texture, I actually like, yeah, this one, I actually like hot press because hot press has smoother texture, and I do experiment on some that have a cold press rough watercolor texture, and it's just a different feel. But yeah, I do tend to like smooth, and I also tend to like paper that's a little thicker, like mixed media, because like, for example, this book, which I definitely have not been neglecting, but this paper is super thin, and it's smooth because it's sketchbook paper, but yeah. So, you know, this I've been filling up quite a bit. Yeah, my favorite sketchbook. Well, I mean, I love them all, but I think my favorite one so far is this one. And, oh, it's Hahnemuhle Carne Aquarelle. And it's really heavy. It's like 188 pounds. So, and I think there's only 12 sheets in here. It's really expensive paper, super thick paper, really high quality. So it's kind of like a treat to paint in this one. And, you know, there's a lot of, like, that's such a mess, but I might go in and update it. But that was one of my favorites, but I love them all. They're all my children. This is also a bit of charcoal. Here. Hahnemuhle, it's fairly smooth. It has a little bit of tooth actually, but it's like a hot press, so I mean it's pretty smooth. It has a little bump. I kind of want to do an episode, a live, where you guys tell me what to put on and I will just see if I can do it. I think that would be fun. Like a game. I feel like if I turn down the lamp, it wouldn't be shiny on there. Maybe that's better. Yeah, is that better without the lamp on? Sorry if I missed any of your questions. I'm multitasking. also like to take boxes and transfer these using both sides. Let me do the edge first. Well, that's kind of interesting. I wonder how that would transfer. And you know, I don't try to finish these as finished pieces. I just am, I'm just practicing. So I don't really care if they look done. Although last night I was massaging this one quite a bit. But it's really just about play for me, especially first thing in the morning. Maybe I'll do one in here. Okay, let's see. So yeah, like I said, it's really thick paper. It's 188 pounds, so it's 400 GM. Let's see. Oh, you know what else I've been transferring with this? I think, I don't know, some kind of bit of technology came in this, I think. Might get it a little wet too, so it sticks better. Let's see. Looks like I have to push it with my finger there to get it on. That turned out cool. Purple and orange. It's always a good combo. One of my favorite paint colors is this. As you can see, I love it. It's the phthalo turquoise, and it's the golden acrylics, and it's super transparent. And it's kind of like that iron oxide in that it applies like this. It's really beautiful. And this is a solid marker, and it's a light. I think they use it for, you know, when you go to the used car lot and they write on the windshield. You can write on glass, and it resists water, so that's why it has that cool effect on there. It's resisting that paint. I know, I like that moody color. I feel like my colors are really bright this morning, and I think it's because I don't want to spend too much time mixing my colors. But let's see. Kind of a baby blue on top of that purple is interesting. This is still wet. One of the things I've been trying to do lately too is leave some white paper. I might do a whole episode on that, because there's just something so beautiful about white paper. And, you know, it shows a little restraint. Which I don't often do. So, good trick. Paint light over dark or dark over light, and then scrape through it so you can see the color underneath. And then you can actually, let's see, do a little transfer on here. That was a transfer. I just love doing that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Sometimes it's not so good. I just really have been focusing on color and paint pigments. It's just a whole other aspect to painting. It's just like understanding paint itself. You know, it's very complicated science, and I'm definitely no expert on that. Let's see, I kind of liked that. I feel like this morning I'm just going very kind of delicate. It's almost like Easter colors. Let's talk to my husband about that, Sophie. It depends. I mean, sometimes I'll leave my stuff out on the counter. I mean, I clean it up and make it neat. But if I'm going to be shooting, I'll leave it out. And then sometimes I'll just take everything back downstairs. I'll put it on my cart. Because, you know, I mean, the kitchen counter is pretty big, as you know, but my husband doesn't always appreciate it when I leave it out. If it was up to me, I would leave it out all the time. But yeah, exactly. I just love painting at my kitchen counter because I don't have to commit to going down in the studio, and it's a great height too. I can just stand. And that's why I got down in my studio. I got a bunch of standing table height, folding tables, because I could sort of emulate this counter height, which is really ergonomic, and it's good for my back and my feet. Love this chamois de Titan, or Titan Buff. It's nice. Nice color. Nice neutral color. Let's see, what else do I have in my little... Let's leave that for now. This one's pretty nice, actually, the way it is. But maybe some of that Titan Buff in there would be nice. Let's see. It does make it so I can play anytime. And it does tempt me to paint more when it's just like right in my face. And I'm also making some pea soup, so that's on the stove. So I'm cooking and painting. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's see. Just touch those shapes. That's just fixative, non-toxic. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one. And let's go back here. Okay, so speaking of value, not enough value. I think there's like a filter on here that I can do black and white. Let's see. Oh, no, not that. Where is that filter? I thought there was a filter I could play with. Oh, wait. No. Oops. I don't know where it is. But anyway, I was going to say that there's not really a lot of value in here. It's just kind of darks if I squint my eye. So I'm going to push it a little bit push the value. Let me use a bigger brush. I really like these calligraphy brushes. I use them all the time. Let's do, kind of got this, let's see. And then if you saw my last episode on value, the problem I have a lot of the time is finding medium values. I mean, it's obviously relative, but I feel like I've just been struggling pushing my medium, finding medium values, and it's just hard for me to mix those colors. So let me see if I can do that right now. Because a lot of times the medium values turn out muddy because I'm trying to like make a gray. But let's see. I don't know. Maybe some of you are better at that. Tips are welcome. I feel like that's medium. Yeah, sometimes I will take a photo of it and then make it black and white in my Photos app. For some reason, I thought on YouTube Live there was a filter that I could change it to black and white, but I'm not finding it, so I'm not gonna futz with it too much. Thea, did you see my the episode I just put out? Because I do a lot of that black and white stuff. Am I pronouncing your name right? Thea? Thea? That's kind of cool. I like that. Okay. And then maybe just a touch of really, really dark. I can use, might as well use black. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're right. I think, and I think the mauve looks good because it's like next to that teal. There. That's, I guess we could put some black in there. There we go. That's looking interesting, I think. So now I've got my lights, mediums, and darks in there. If I squint my eyes, I can see them. I also have, here, why don't we work in, one of my other favorite sketchbooks is this one, also kind of expensive one. How long did it take me to find? Oh, well, I'm glad you think I have style. Thanks, Gracie. Oh, I don't know. I feel like I don't have a style, but because I think I'm so close to it. But, you know, I think it probably takes about 10 years. It depends. So this book is a canson, and it's super nice. Also has really nice, thick, heavy paper. This one, look how, this is how so chunky. I really do not like those colors, but this one I was kind of practicing these square compositions, like these grid compositions. But I'll paint something in here. Looks, if I have any pages left in here, actually. Do I have any? Oh, this is one that I did with a value study, medium, light, dark. And I was just looking at a photo of a van parked in an alley. So, oh, I have one page left in here. Let's use it. Let's use it. Let's see. Why don't I, oh, here. I have, sometimes I like to start with a little hot pink. These are these tempera paint sticks. They're water soluble. I feel like I'm getting warmed up finally. Yeah, this is a watercolor paper, you can kind of see. Ooh. That's interesting. I'm going to mix yellow and that iron oxide and see what happens. See what color I get. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't know what it is with my Easter colors this morning. Maybe I just need spring. So weird. I don't usually use this like bright colors. Maybe it's my new thing. My husband is really he's an illustrator, so he's like he does things so differently than me. But sometimes we will. If I can force him to come hang out with me and paint, I will. And then, yes, I absolutely listen to music. Or sometimes I'll listen to a book, like a library book. Right now I'm listening to a fantasy book. And I definitely have my Spotify mix. But obviously I can't do it while I'm live because I'll get in trouble. I'll get in trouble with the music company. But I definitely have a buddy that likes to hang out with me, my cat, Haggis. He's very curious. All right, let's see what this looks like. You get so into the book or you get so into the painting? You miss the book? Yeah, I think I know what you mean. My cat only contributes in that he supports me 100%, never judges. Let's see, what to do, I don't know. Let's just do a big shape. Let's get crazy. Kitty? Yeah, down in my studio, he will jump up on my table where I keep my paints, where I'm mixing my paints, and I have had to chase him around the house to clean his paws, and he leaves footprints of like white paint or red paint on the wood floors, and that makes me mad. Not really, it doesn't really make me mad, it's frustrating. I'm like, no, don't jump up there, stop. And do a little transfer. You're welcome. I think I will do that. I think the IRS is into that. Tight and buff, let's add some of that. I'm gonna leave that white there. It's still a little wet. See, the problem about, not the problem, but like the deal with this watercolor paper is that it doesn't dry very fast. It stays wet, so it's kind of hard to layer sometimes. Oh, good. You got a snow day. Awesome. I will post this as well later. I'll edit it down and then I'll post it so you can watch the whole thing. Hi, Becky. Gen X and the PNW. David Lynch fan. Sweet. Ooh, well, I would love to hear your Spotify. I'll share my Spotify lists on maybe, I don't know, when I post this. I like weird stuff. Not very, I don't know. Although I do like my Miley Cyrus. I like some of her music, but I really don't like a lot of mainstream stuff. So yeah, you should send me your list, please, so I can listen to it. Okay, I think I'm going to call it. I have worked in 4 sketchbooks, and I can just review them with you really quick. This one with all the Easter colors, and this one more bright colors. This one kind of turned out fun. And then this one still wet. And I think we worked on this one with the iron oxide. Thank you guys so much. That was really fun. I'm going to try to do this every week, so hopefully I'll see you back.